Now, live from Arnie's Cut Rate Liquor Store, shooting range, candle shop, bowling alley, massage parlor, it's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Hello.
Man. Just let it keep rolling so everybody can hear the new beats.
I like it.
Beats by copyright.
Beats by copyright.
We changed the music.
We did.
I'm sorry, America. America. We're losing our way in this stupid universe.
Do you not like it though?
No, I do like it.
This
is good. But I mean, it's ridiculous that we have to change anyway. Never mind. Just love us.
We'll
love
get
us.
there.
Love us through it, America.
We'll get there. We'll talk about it. It's the Dave and Doc
happy
Podcast.
Night. Happy night.
Happy night. I'm Dave.
And I'm pissed off, Doc.
This is episode. What we at?
57, 56, 57?
I think it's 57.
We missed some because now I have to look it up because
I think it's 57.
yeah,
That sounds right. I think it's 57.
because we dedicate it to Lawrence Taylor. 56.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I think we're at 57.
I'm gonna look real fast just because I feel like we're missing something. Listen, it's 57.
All right, 57. There you go. I was going to say it'll be on the screen somewhere.
Let me
at some
tell you
point in
something.
time.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's gonna be interesting tonight. All right,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Okay.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Anyway,
I'm ready.
you can go to our website.
You sure can.
I've got it covered. It's Dave A&D DoC.com.
Look at you.
Yes.
All things Dave and Doc there, folks.
Yes.
Also appreciate the comments that we've got, even the negative ones. I like those. Those actually crack me up more. Well, one person said, well, it's just the two of you guys and no expert. That's what that was one of their comments.
We talk about a random bunch of stuff.
Let's go. You know what? Go fuck yourself. How about that?
What? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either. She looked like she was 19. So
It's
I
just
don't
the
care.
two of you and no expert.
Yeah. I'm sure we were talking about something. Folks, let me tell you something. If you're looking to change the world and you're
This is
looking
not the one.
Yeah, if you're looking for some documentary
Yes.
and like
I mean, we can have a doctor segment, but I feel like we
can.
talk about enough stuff as it is.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
I'm not an expert on anything. So
where do you see these comments? Because I can't find them.
they're just if you go to the videos on YouTube, they're
I do go to the videos on YouTube. This is bull crap. Listen, I'm fired up today.
I
I'm just fired.
promise you.
Let me look. I thought the comments were turned off.
Nah. Turn them on. I like seeing them.
Are they on all of them?
No, it's not on all of them, but yeah.
This was a light topic.
Right? This is a light topic.
You guys make a great team together. A fun podcast to listen to after a stressful day.
That one was nice.
This one is
nice.
like a usual one. This was too much for me. This one was entertaining for me. Why all of your podcasts has Indiana Jones?
Two people said that. Two people said that. Why does all your podcasts have Indiana Jones?
Well, it doesn't. But we like to have themes.
I know.
That
right?
is awesome.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
anyway.
how can maybe I just had it. Can I turn it off on my thing? Like 55 doesn't have any comments.
Yeah. Some of them don't.
Oh, does
Yeah.
56 have comments?
I don't know. I see them all on a list because I'm looking through the channel view. So.
Well, damn it.
Yeah.
That upsets me because I thought for the longest time, there's comments are turned off.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. They should never be turned off. So.
Well, they were turned off.
I don't know.
We're getting way over time. I look much better in the fall. I'm telling you, we're having hard times up in this mother. Okay. It's getting, 3 weeks. Everybody's sick. Everybody's crazy people. Everything's dying. The office is crazy. Tried to go on vacation. Got worked like a mule on vacation. Had a great time. Great weather.
It sounds like it. Sounds like you had a great.
It's busy. I got young kids. They want to play, which is good because one of these days they're not going to want to have anything to do with me.
That's true.
So anyway,
Welcome to my life.
on that note, right? I know that's what I'm saying. It's coming sooner than I'd like it. We're going to do some dad jokes.
All right.
And since work has really been pissing me off lately, they're kind of work related. I had to do a lot of searching, so some of these, people may not like them. But I don't care because that's just what.
Hey, if you don't like them, leave a nasty comment.
Yeah,
you're guaranteed to get your comment said on the show if it's a nasty one because
this
I like
is true.
those. I like those.
Yes. So in the workplace, teamwork is important.
Of course,
it helps to put the blame on somebody else. If you knew how much, oh my God.
Oh, listen.
My boss says I have preoccupation with vengeance.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see about that.
I like that one. That one was good.
The reason we nod off to sleep is so it looks like we're just emphatically agreeing with everything when we're in a boring meeting.
Oh, yeah, well, yep. It's when you turn your camera off on the Google Meet or Zoom or whatever you use.
Some people say the glass is half full. Some people say the glass is half empty. Yeah. Engineers say the glass is twice as big as necessary.
That's the truest statement that there's ever been.
A guy goes in for a job interview and sits down with his boss. The boss asks him, "What do you think is your worst quality?" The man says, "I'm probably too honest." The boss says, "That's not a bad thing. I think being honest is a good quality." The man replies, "I don't care about what you think."
Oh, that's funny.
I am great at multitasking.
Yeah.
I can waste time, be unproductive, and procrastinate all at once. Nothing ruins a Friday more than understanding that today is Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And my last one, there's a new trend in our office. Everyone is putting names on their food.
Yeah.
I saw it today while I was eating a sandwich named Kevin.
Shout out to my buddy Kevin who listens. There you go.
And then one more. My annual performance review says I lack passion and intensity. I guess management hasn't seen me alone with a Big Mac. Big Mac 103.
How much are Big Macs? I don't know.
More than 103.
It's got to be more than 103. It's
a lot.
That special disgusting sauce they put on there. So
if at first you don't succeed, redefine success.
No, see, I'm not ready with the button now. You're still going. So you got to tell me when. So
I started out with nothing, and I still have most of it.
I'm just gonna let you go until you're done. You go ahead.
That's it.
That's it. You sure? Okay. No.
To steal ideas from one person is plagiarism. To steal from many is research.
You're right. I think that's true.
That's actually not funny. That's true.
I mean, I think that's 100% true. Anyone who's ever written a paper.
Oh, man. God. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
You sure?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So
it's just an odd day. We're going to get that. I'm still going back to that. There's just two of you and no one's an expert.
Yeah. I don't know what we were talking about in that episode. So, and again, I don't.
And we don't care.
And I don't care.
I'd like to find that one.
Speaking of podcasts, every once in a while we reach out to another podcast. We did this with the Retro Video Store podcast.
We did. Cassie LeMay.
Eastern Crime Zone, and others that we haven't been able to work out schedule wise and everything. But never have I just been flat ignored until now. And there's a podcast called, and this is promoing them, and I'm not trying to. It's called WTF Were the 90s. Okay. And WTF, of course, we know what that means.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Exactly.
That's it.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Wixie.
Were the 90s.
It can be Wixie too.
Wixie.
Depends on how much whiskey you've
and
had.
it's a new podcast. It's a guy and a gal. I guess you can still say that. If you can't, I don't give a shit. But a guy and a gal, and they talk about things that happened in the 90s. They talk about movies and TV shows and just events and things that happened in the 90s. The clothes, all stuff 90s. All stuff neon and puffy and the 90s. When I think of the 90s, for some reason, I think of things that are neon and puffy.
Okay. I think of Rump Shaker.
Oh, God.
And MTV Spring Break now.
Baby got back.
And the vegetables.
So here's the thing. So they don't have a website.
Okay.
Because they're new, right? It's a new podcast, but it's good. I've listened to a couple of episodes, and they don't have social media.
Okay.
So here's a behind the scenes of Dave and Doc. There's a website for podcasters who, if they want to spend money, can offer up X amount of dollars for X amount of slots on your podcast for you to talk about their podcast, or for like just straight advertisement, right? Like right now we would break into a, have you ever had dick pain? Well, here's some salve. Well, so there's this website that does it. There's none of them for dick pain, or we would have already had them as a sponsor. I'd do that shit for free. That's the only place that I can find them outside of their actual podcast, right?
I mean, maybe they're just grassroots.
Well, maybe they are, but like even if you listen to their podcast, they don't tell you how to get in touch with them. So the only way I could get in touch,
Are they really human?
I don't know.
What if it's Chat GPT?
It could be. And I reached out through this platform, right? And here's what I said. I said, hey, I'll be happy to promote your podcast. We will be happy to promote your podcast. We'd like to just have you on because you guys are fun and we'll cross promote and whatever. And I mean, we'll have a good conversation because we like
not cross pollinate. Cross promote.
No, I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Right. Nugget. So I thought, okay, well, and I've done this before, right?
Right.
And people have gotten back to me.
Right.
Well, these dipshits haven't. Nothing. Nothing.
They ghosted you.
And again, it's like, we're not a brand new podcast. Listen, we're not huge. Okay. We're just shy of 6,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Don't get in the big head.
No, we're not at all. And it's like, but I mean, if a podcast that's actually been around for a little bit, has a little bit of a following,
sure,
reaches out to you,
right?
And says,
you might capitalize.
Would you like
off of that,
or just reply and say, nah, you know what, you guys suck ass. That's okay too. Okay, because we don't have any experts on the show, so I mean that's perfectly fine. But I'm super this is the first time that a podcast hasn't gotten back with me.
Right. No communication.
And it's real. It's bothering me. I've lost sleep. Okay, I haven't lost sleep, but and it actually hadn't bothered me other than
WTF. I mean, what are they doing?
WTF.
What are they doing?
So I mean, and again, we're talking about them, so we're promoting them without trying to promote them. But I mean, if you listen to them, I don't care. But they don't do YouTube. It's just an audio podcast again. But I mean,
maybe they're just really paranoid. Maybe they think like you're like a stalker off of Craigslist or something.
Oh, maybe they read that profile.
Right.
Should work on that. That's
right. I mean, maybe I don't
short, balding male looking for a companion. And everybody just replies back, no.
Listens to Steel Panther.
I do listen to like my Journey shirt.
I do like your Journey shirt.
This is the new
yes.
Journey, their 50th anniversary.
Yes.
They're all 106 years old except for Arnell, and he's in his 40s.
That's it.
That dude's going to retire a millionaire and have the rest of his life to do whatever.
He's in his 50s.
He's
like 50. He's like 50. He's like 52.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But the rest of them, they're old.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're old.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't get along.
No, of course not.
Not a bit. It's bad.
That's why Steve Perry bailed because he just...
When they told him, hey, if you can't perform with your hip, too bad.
Yeah.
Basically, which is crazy. Their greatest success with him, naturally.
It's funny when, he hurt his hip. I think he hurt it somehow, and then he was on stage and he jacked it up again. And they recorded audio that night of him actually hurting it. Like he was in the middle of Don't Stop Believing, right? And all of a sudden you heard, and that was the night.
And that might be my friend if they listened why they can't call you back.
Oh no, listen, they're way worse than us. Listen. I mean, they don't care about the language they use on their podcast.
An earthquake. My microphone is shaking.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't think so. It's my voice is so
boom.
It
didn't move.
Yeah.
No, I didn't move.
You trying to scare your microphone.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Oh my god. I don't know. Anyway,
so they didn't get back in touch with us.
They ghosted you, man.
They did.
You got ghosted by some 90s loving people.
Yeah, well, I think her name's Katie or Carrie or Cassie or no, it's not Cassie. It's Josh Combs, Luke Josh.
Does he sing "You Got a Fast Car"?
Does.
I'm gonna ghost you on this site. You'll never get to us. We're raising up the grassroots now. Gonna ain't talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, well.
That's
I guess
it.
it's probably me. You know what? They would probably talk to
It's
you
me.
if you reached out.
Hi.
If you
I'm the
reached out.
problem. It's me.
If you reached out, they'd probably, oh, yeah, we'll talk to him.
No, apparently, because the other person thinks that we're not expert in anything.
We're not. That's the
okay.
problem.
It's okay.
I mean, Vistaprint.
It's okay. I know, right? I know. Fake it till you make it.
Right. I'm
Anyway.
still trying.
Well, so there you go. WTF.
Yeah. So
Who knows?
WTF were the 90s and WTF that interview.
I mean, something's like, you learn from the ghosting. That's it.
yeah, right?
Or you
yeah.
take them to the train station.
I'm just not
That's
going
kind
to,
of how the week's been. It's like,
just-
you know what? Let's just go to the train station. There's
not
no
gonna-
bus station. We're going to take you to the train
I'm
station.
not going to try anymore. People hurt my feelings.
I can tell you tore up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty tore up.
for like 0.25 nanoseconds.
Right.
That's it.
This camera gets so out of focus so fast. I think it's because I'm too close. You're further away from
He's
your
too
camera.
close. Well, if I got, that doesn't even look right. Plus, I mean, my head's not symmetric. All kinds of craziness.
I have a big head. Waka waka. So you heard our new theme music. Doc's upset. I don't love it either. I actually like the theme
it
music.
doesn't.
I don't like that we had to change it.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to change. So,
Yeah, we did.
well, we didn't have to change it.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we kind of did.
I'm a rule follower. We kind of had to do.
So here's the deal. So years ago,
Very upsetting.
years ago,
Still very upsetting.
back in the 1930s when I did radio, the late 30s.
When it was uphill both ways.
Yeah, I did.
Giants walked the radio halls.
I did the Martians attacking.
That's it.
So there's folks, not to get into like music and rights but here's how this works in a nutshell. If you are
Dave bought it. He can't prove it. We can't play it.
that's true. I was going to talk about ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, and Sound Exchange, but okay, you're right.
But I don't understand any of that stuff.
It is. Hey, here's
Did you
good.
say ASCAP? You did not.
ASCAP,
Oh.
not ASHAT or ASCAP. It's who else do you pay?
I was
Shithole.
like, this is going all kinds of bad.
So
okay, never mind.
Think about it this
I'm
way.
sorry.
You know
ASCAP.
you know how you're at the mercy of insurance companies as a doctor,
Pretty much.
right?
Pretty much.
People that play other artists' music, they're at the mercy of ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, and Sound Exchange.
Okay.
Those are the four.
BMI in my world is body mass index, and nobody likes that.
Yeah. I don't actually know what BMI stands for. Buttholes. But so music gets registered through them. Right?
I got you. I'm with you.
And so as a radio station, you can't just say, okay, I'll buy a BMI license
Right.
because, well, somebody might be with ASCAP. So you have to buy them all. Sound Exchange was the first one that came along that exclusively at the time offered coverage, protection, and rights redistribution for playing music on the internet.
Oh.
Because that wasn't explicitly covered. So at one point in time, if you were a radio station and you streamed your content online for people to listen online, which a lot of people do that more so than actual radio now,
Yeah.
you could actually get away with it. And
That's interesting.
And so in the way it works is it's a portion of your ad sales. So playing the music, like if you just play music all the time and don't have any ad sales, no big deal. But if you have ad sales, which you have to have because the station manager, the owner, and the sales manager have to make money at a radio station. Notice I left off some people there. I'll let you figure that one out on your own.
Just a few.
Yeah. So those people make money, and that's how they make money and how they generate income. And so you have to give a percentage of that money to ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, and Sound Exchange. So all of that.
Instead of asshat, ball sack, and body mass index.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and there's way more to it than that, but I'm not going to get into it because I just get mad. I just get really mad. So folks, we had this little this
sad
theme music, and what Doc said was correct. I purchased this, but through a radio station when I was there. I'm pretty sure I used my money. I'm almost positive I did. It has been 20 years.
There's
or
no
more.
record.
But there's no record. There's no way I can get a record. That radio station's been purchased and purchased again. I could probably dig, but I'm not going to spend hours and hours to do this just so every video we put out, YouTube says copyright infringement. Doesn't mean that we did anything wrong. And it actually, they say, yeah, it can be played on YouTube. But if you get monetized, which we are in the process of on YouTube now, that means those videos just don't count.
Kind of make $1 out of 15 cents. Try to make $1 out of 15 cents.
15 cents is going to be about right. So it's one of those. We'll send you a check when you actually get to $100. Okay. See you next year.
Thanks. Thank you.
But anyway, so it's cool to actually have enough listeners.
I understand. No, I get what you're saying. So thank you,
cool.
America, and Canada, and India, and Germany,
let's say you have
and Asia.
Let's say you have
Russia.
A video.
Russia's in Asia.
Let's say you have a video
Far East.
That gets 10,000 views.
Okay.
Right? And you have a copyright. YouTube basically can just say, oh, thanks, but you don't get any money for that.
Oh.
But it doesn't mean YouTube has to pay anything to ASCAP, CSEC, BMI, or Sound Exchange. It just means they don't have to pay you because you used it, quote unquote, illegally.
Oh.
So YouTube's still making money on all their ads, but they don't have to pay you.
Oh.
So there you go. So I said, okay, we could keep fighting this like I do every week. And every week I fill out a little thing that says, yep, I know, it's copyright. I don't care. I'm like, okay, all right, fine. I'm gonna put music on here that I absolutely 100% have rights to and have proof of such. So there you go.
I'm still sad.
I'm sad too. I liked the theme music though. It was snappy. It was snappy.
I just, there's...
The world sucks, man.
They're just too much bull crap, all right?
I agree.
I mean, why does it matter? They don't know where that song is from.
They do, actually.
Oh, damn them. Oh, really?
Oh, it's so technical now. Like, it's yeah.
Oh.
It is. They can pick it up.
So are they saying that the radio station owns it, or who's they saying owns it?
I can't get that information. Like, they can't tell me. So it's production music, right? So it's music that we bought as a package for commercials, like music beds for commercials. So it's likely licensed to them, or maybe it's just the licensing never happened.
Oh.
Either way, I can't prove that it was
because things have changed in the last 2 decades.
Let's say if I could come up with a receipt for it somehow,
you could show them.
Mm-hmm. And that would be enough.
These people, I'm telling
you. Oh, I know.
And I mean, the main reason they do that is because guess what? They don't really want to pay you.
No, of course not. They don't want to pay you. Thanks for your content.
That's just ridiculous. This world.
WTF were the 90s.
I moved on from that. That was like small fries. I'm telling you. I'm just this copyright.
I mean, really, in general,
got me mad.
Yeah, it used to be a free for all, and artists weren't getting paid for their work, and that I didn't like that because I'm a big music fan.
Sure, I understand. I get it.
And so that always bothered me. And I've played music professionally before as a DJ. I've done like wedding receptions and stuff like that. Oh, I got some good stories from those. Bridesmaids that are unmarried at a wedding reception. Whew. Let me just tell you, there's some wild parties. It's fun to just sit back and watch, but yeah. So it used to be a free for all, and then when Napster happened, right, it really started because like then people were just like loading up their at the time MP3 players before iPods.
Yes,
they were just loading up their MP3 players and listening to music in their car. Nobody's listening to radio, so radio stations got all pissed off about it. And then Lars Ulrich got mad. Mm-hmm. That was actually the two people that got mad: Lars Ulrich and every radio station in America. I'm sure and listen, I get it. You're not getting paid.
And the Unforgiven.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of where the fight really started.
There's some cracked out interviews of him getting mad about some Napster.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
There's a great South Park episode where it shows him in front of his mansion, and he has this huge gargoyle at his gate, and he says, "You see this? I can only afford one of these now." And like behind him, his house looks like the Taj Mahal.
Right. You're not starving.
No, Marvin.
You are
Sure not.
not starving, but that's okay. I get it.
Yeah. So
I get it. Man,
anyway.
Napster.
Anyway.
I was in college when Napster was created.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was a long time ago.
Napster, LimeWire,
Yep, LimeWire.
porn. Oh wait, that's what I downloaded. Sorry.
Damn you, spyware on my computer.
Yes. I didn't download that.
What?
This is an accident.
Take it to the shop to get fixed. They're giving you funky looks. It's like,
Take this back, sir. It's dirty. So this was a funny story that I thought you would get a kick out of. And a guy at work actually
still sad about the song.
threw this to me, and he says, "You'll love this." I don't really actually have a way to play this. I didn't have time to get it over to the equipment.
We're doing it early because we logistics.
So
the show is early.
There's a 7-Eleven in Los Angeles that had a huge homeless problem. Right? I mean, homeless people like hanging out under the, it's like a big 7-Eleven. Like let's say it's a super 7-Eleven, right? Like there's Super Kmart and Super Walmart. You remember that? The Super Walmart?
A Super 7-Eleven.
Yeah. So this one's like, it looks larger than a normal 7-Eleven that I have occupied a few times.
I'm really trying not to make jokes. Okay, keep going.
So the homeless people just outright, and so it was running customers off too, right? I mean, they're like,
right.
I don't want to, come on. And you can't kick homeless people.
Pay for your slushy, damn it.
Right? Right? So the guy that owned the 7-Eleven
Okay, I'm sorry.
is a genius.
Oh.
Because what he did was he installed these speakers on the outside of 7-Eleven, like underneath the awning, right? All the way around. And I mean, they're shitty speakers. I mean, just terrible. Probably like, you remember Radio Shack used to sell those realistic ones. The brand name was Realistic. I'm like, why is the brand name Realistic? Like, I don't understand like how that happens. So what he does on a loop, 24 hours a day, plays Africa from Toto. 24 hours a day. He doesn't play different music. It's not.
I bless the rains down in Africa.
It sounds terrible. It's a guy on Twitter walks around and he says, "Hey, here's proof."
They're touring with Journey.
Yeah. So yeah.
They opened for Journey when I went and saw Journey with Laura and the Jahutton and Thutton.
And so they've got.
And they said, "Hey, you want us to play the song?" That was what they said. I was like, "Yeah, play the song."
It'd have been great if everybody said, "What song?"
Right. Oh, that'd have been devastating.
Sweet Child of Mine? What?
That's hilarious.
So to get rid of the homeless,
by Toto.
and it run them off. They all left because they couldn't sleep. They couldn't concentrate.
Well, yeah, because he never
24 hours a day.
I mean, I'd have done that too.
Oh my God!
Except I might have played Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Put 'Em on the Glass" or something. No, you got to play something. Yeah, play.
Try to see what.
You could play. He should have played Weird Al Yankovic's version of Africa, or when he was like part of like Weezer Africa or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what he should have played.
This was it doesn't exactly say where it was a 7-Eleven in LA. I'll put the link to the story.
Scared them off.
So there you go. You folks can watch it.
If you want to get rid of people, play Africa on a continuous loop.
Loop. That's all you got to do.
Continuous loop.
That's all you got to do.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, and it's
wow.
But it cleared them out. They couldn't take it.
That's hilarious.
You could call the cops, or you could call Toto.
You could have played "Kickstart My Heart."
Oh God, the live version.
Big Mac 103, take that. Get out of the 7-Eleven. We're still kicking ass, and we're still kicking ass. Mass.
Our friends at
get a pass.
Motley Crue. God bless them. Mick Mars.
Drugs are bad.
Hanging out at his house now. Suing the band.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
I'm just saying.
Drugs are bad.
Anyway. That's terrible. I mean, and I actually like that song.
I do too. Yeah.
But apparently, I mean, on a continuous loop where you can't sleep.
No.
That'll probably get you.
And it's loud too. Like it's loud. Can you imagine?
Not when I'm trying to go to sleep. No. Oh. That's really smart.
And and some of the homeless people have a drinking problem too. So not even a drunk homeless person can handle it.
Not to that. Gonna take some time to get your ass off of my porch. Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, so I'll link it there so you guys can
That's awesome.
watch it. The video, video of the guy walking around the store is on Twitter, so it's pretty good.
That is hilarious.
So
That's awesome.
a lot of things happen on Emory Road. I've had some experiences on Emory Road. I've been cracked and popped and all sorts of stuff
Instead of Abbey Road, Emory Road.
on Emory Road.
That has no beginning and
We
no
should
end.
walk across Emory Road
Has
and
no
like
beginning. It has no beginning and no end.
we could do like the Beatles album, right? Like you and I could just walk across Emory Road
We could.
and get hit by a semi.
That would be copyright infringement, probably.
I'm sure it would be.
Somebody else had done that before.
Listen, we were joking about ZZ Top on one episode.
Yes.
And just kind of like, I forget, we were talking about one of the songs.
Please tell me they didn't throw something at us.
Yes. They gave me the exact time, and I replied back to them. I'm like, guys, nobody was singing, and they were like, "Oh, sorry." Okay.
Wait, you can't sing the songs?
People just don't know.
You can't sing the songs.
You can't sing the songs.
It's like when I sing. What about if I? Well, dang.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like Vanilla Ice. You know, mine goes ding 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 ding. David Bowie's go ding 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 ding.
That's right.
You know, it's not the same.
That's right.
So if I sing other lyrics to the backbeat, it's still man.
They still flag it. It doesn't mean that it'll stay that way, but you got to fight it. Yeah.
How did I not know about this? You didn't want to stress me out.
No,
because
I didn't want to stress
you knew that would basically kill the show.
I knew it would
because I'd have been like 600 episodes ago. I'd been like, we have to stop.
Yeah.
They're gonna come. They're gonna come take our cars.
No,
They're gonna take our coffee.
Yeah, it's
We
not
don't
a
drink
big.
coffee. We're gonna take our monsters.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal.
They're gonna take my iPhone 8s. They're gonna take my 8s.
Nobody's going to take that.
I would be so distraught
one is
if
going to
they
take-
had taken my 8s. I'd have been devastated. Man, that's bad. Anyway,
Yeah.
segue.
Emory Road.
Emory Road
Last weekend,
last weekend.
one of my favorite restaurants
Going
that
all
used
out.
to be in Turkey Creek
That was the original.
was the original Wild Wing Cafe.
Yes.
So a couple of things.
Yes.
I loved going there. I had some friends that actually played music there a couple times when you could talk me into going there past 8 o'clock at night, which was
Right.
very
It's
rare.
rough. That's rough.
Very rare.
Hard to
because
do.
I'm old.
That's right.
But I went, to hear
Right, because you like
play
them.
music.
That's it.
But I used to go there,
And they have good wings.
and I used to go there every Monday with my friend Anna. We would go. We'd meet at Wild Wing Cafe, and we'd get the buffet.
Yes, for lunch.
Yeah,
Best thing ever.
and we did this. We were in there so much they like knew us by name, knew what we wanted.
Yes.
I mean, like so. Anyway,
Yes.
and so it was kind of weird. She got pregnant, and we couldn't go for a while, right? Because she had a kid, and she was like, "Hey man, what am I going to do? Take the kid to Wild Wing Cafe?"
Yes.
And in the process of
100%.
that, they changed it and changed the inside of the restaurant, the outside, and everything, and they call it Daddy Mac's.
Yes.
So now it's Daddy Mac's, which I've eaten there once. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not-
At Turkey Creek.
at Turkey Creek.
Yes.
And that's Wild Wing Cafe. So
Yes.
luckily enough,
I thought they got to where they were losing money or something, and they had to revamp it. That's what I heard.
It could have been.
Because the rent was insane because of where they're at.
It's the same owner.
Oh, I don't know then. Never mind.
So I don't know.
That's probably not it then.
I can tell you that like the crowds weren't as big as they were at one point in time, like for lunch. Because that was the only time I was ever there, for the most part. But luckily enough, on Emory Road, there is another Wild Wing Cafe.
Yes.
And so we order from there, and we went there to eat. And so a couple things we found out last weekend. Number one, Flaming Parm doesn't exist anymore. They don't have Flaming Parm. And that used to be Wing of the Year many, many times over. It's one of my favorites, right? Now I like hot stuff, and so Flaming Parm isn't hot. It's just really good.
No, but it's a good
good
wing.
wing.
I always get it when I get my sampler.
Yeah.
I've not had a said sampler in many, many months, obviously, because
Yeah,
it's just
no
special
Flaming
occasion. They got rid of that?
They got rid of that, and also
Oh my God.
listen to this shit. So we're ordering this
Wild Wing, you have broken my
with
heart.
so you can like they
I bet
they
it was
do
copyright infringement.
they do it was so they do oh I got a cough, hang on.
Turn your head and cough. No hernia.
So
There's your expert.
right,
Put my hands down your pants and bet you feel nuts.
just so you know,
Yes, I'm Siskel. Yes, I'm
just so
Ebert.
you know, his hand is always down my pants during the entire show.
That's why sometimes you hear, oh, Seth!
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while he squeezes, and it's a little too hard, Doc. Calm down.
I get pumped up, especially when I'm upset.
Hands are cold. What's that Vaseline?
I need some hot hands. I know Vaseline makes them messes up the heat. Anyway,
Insulate your
just
hands.
remember the angle.
But
of
isn't hey?
just remember the angle of the dangle is directly proportioned to the heat of the meat times the square root of the mass of the ass.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Just in case anybody was wondering about that math.
Aim and shoot.
Gosh.
So
Anyway, so we're at the Wild Wing.
So
I love Wild
I do
Wing.
too. I do
This
too.
is killing me. I mean, our song is jacked. People are stupid. And now, okay, keep going.
so
This is really a bad, this is a bad podcast.
well, according to some of our fans, that's exactly correct. If you read some of our comments,
Are they really our fans?
no, they're not.
Screw
They're
them.
jackasses. So we
Don't
so we're-
listen to it.
So we're ordering, and so here's the whole scenario, folks. Here's behind the scenes at the Man House. My oldest, we were taking him back to school.
Back to school.
Great movie, by the way.
Back to school.
On
to
Sunday,
prove to my dad.
he was
ain't
moving
the fool.
back in for his sophomore year,
Yes.
and so he came back with us because he didn't have class till today, but his day to move in was Sunday, right?
Gotcha.
So for the sophomore, so we were taking him, so we had to have someone watch the Nugget.
Yes.
So my mom came on Saturday to spend the night Saturday night, and so she'd be here Sunday morning as we went and come back,
Right. Makes sense.
which turned out to be a terrible trip because we get there and get in and out of his dorm in like 40 minutes, right? Because he's a boy. I mean, a couple of pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of shorts,
Right. If it's
then a
in,
refrigerator.
if it's in boxes, it's going
Yeah.
fast.
So we get, and so on the way back though, they were doing road construction, and we were in traffic for 2.5 hours, going like 5 miles an hour.
Oh, I bet you were happy.
It was awful because I mean everybody else is just sleeping, right? And I'm the one, and old dad's driving.
And you're driving.
But I was listening to a book, so I did get to finish my ridiculously long
How does
book.
this tie in with the Wild Wing?
It doesn't. I'm just telling you why we were ordering as much food as we were Saturday night because we had an extra person in the house.
I see.
Yeah. So
I like where your head's at.
Right.
You're trying to be thoughtful.
I do my best.
No good deed goes unpunished.
I do my as best.
Just remember that.
That's very true. So we're ordering from the Wild Wing Cafe, and Lindsay says, "Hey, what would you like?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'd like this." And Steven says, "Oh, I would like this." And Mom says, "Oh, I would like this." And then Lindsay orders something. It won't let her complete the order.
Did she do it online?
Yes.
Sometimes their online thing jacks up. I will say that.
Oh, it didn't jack up.
Oh.
Let me tell you why it didn't. Now, you tell me what level of hell this was decided in. I think the third. She says, it won't let me order. I said, well, why? And she said, because of the cost. And I'm like, oh, did we not hit a certain threshold? Right? Like, I mean, okay, and then order something extra, right? Whatever. We just didn't want to get out of the house, right? If we need to order another $10 worth of something,
Right.
no problem. Get some tater
You
tots.
get you some Steel Town spuds with the fat fries with the cheese and the bacon and chives.
Get something, right? She goes, no,
Green
we
onions,
went
sorry.
over the limit. I mean, hang on. They're telling us we've spent too much money? Yes. If it's over $100, which tells you how expensive the place is to begin with. Let's be honest. If it's over $100, you can't do it. Nope.
You can't do a to-go order or you can't order online?
You can't do an order that will be delivered to your house.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, folks, let me just tell you, if you come to our house, the tip is so good. Like pizza people like fight for our order. I guarantee it. Because we ordered $20 worth of pizza, you're probably getting a $10 tip. That's just how I operate.
That is bizarre,
Yeah.
man.
So like our total cost was like 120 something, right? And that's with their fees, right? Like they're
Right,
tagging
'cause-
their
right, 'cause
fees
they-
and all that
yes,
stuff
Yeah, and
and tip and everything. And they said it's too much. If it's over 100, I don't think it's 100 exactly, like 105 or something. But I don't remember. But anyway, there was a limit in
Wow.
which my the only thing I can think of is if they consider that like a catering thing after a certain amount. But if your prices are this high to begin with, you know people are going to go over that amount.
Especially if you're putting a big order.
Yeah. And this was like for 5 people or 5 people.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. I was so,
That also tells you their prices have gone up.
yeah. I was so pissed. I'm like, here's an easy way to fix it. Just cancel mine. Screw it. Yeah. So I keep getting disappointed by the Wild Wing Cafe. You close the one that I go to, then you get rid of my favorite wing, and here we are. Here we are.
Do you think maybe? I mean, is there any way ordering that way that they could get like lose that financially, or have you already prepaid before they'll deliver it, and then you can just add the tip on top of it?
Oh yeah, you got to pay before it even.
Okay, I don't do like DoorDash or anything or any of that
No.
stuff. I don't do any of that. Well, where we live, I think a lot of places don't come out there where we're at, which is fine because that probably saves me. Plus, I basically get a meal most days of the week because the pharmaceutical reps want to come in and talk to us about their different products, and they bring lunch for the office. So I'm eating something.
Hottie McHotterson with wings.
Man, we had one that actually, it was a guy. He bought wings. He sells vaccines, and
Chicken vaccines?
And no. I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know what he's up to.
Take his own vaccine.
But I told him if he brought Wild Wing, this was a few years ago. If he brought Wild Wing Cafe a buku of wings, obviously more than $100 worth, and he got me about 15 Wild West,
Yeah.
about
Those are
10 of the
Flaming Parm.
I got 5 of the Flaming Parm. No, I wanted not the. What's the spicier teriyaki one? I'm blanking out. It's the crud. Anyway, so I asked for like 40 wings. I didn't eat all this, obviously. I wanted some Slayer. I wanted some Raging Cajun.
Raging Cajun's good.
And the
Ranchilada Gold Rush.
Yes, yeah. Now he brought some other stuff, but I was like, if you bring me where I can get me some combination of this, I don't remember what the teriyaki wing is, but it's got a little spice to it.
It's sticky too. Like, it's
A
really
little
sticky,
bit. Anyway, I would do 50 push-ups.
Yeah.
And so I did the 50 push-ups.
Oh.
And he did bring he did bring some, I don't remember what her name was, but she came too because she was like, "You're not really going to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, I told him I would." So in my work clothes, I did 50 push-ups in the that I'm probably going to lose my license because there's probably some deal. It's probably some copyright infringement. I'm not supposed to do that.
ASCAP's coming.
Somebody's going to come get me.
Hat's coming.
That's right. Ass hat and ball sack. Anyway. And the wings were delicious. So this is terrible.
It is. It's awful.
JoJo's the Red Dragon.
Red
Dragon.
Dragon.
That's
Red
it.
Dragon.
Yeah, Red
Red
Dragon.
Dragon.
Those are good. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Too much money.
My favorite wing there was called the Dirty Slut. And they
Never
don't have that anymore. It's gone. It's not there.
You like it extra crispy
It's right.
with cheese.
Could you fry that again, Jimmy?
Right.
They don't have a wing called the Dirty Slut, folks. I'm just joking. I'm kidding. It's called the Dirty Whore. They're very professional there.
And they have the bunghole.
The bunghole agitator.
Yeah. The taint.
The taint.
Little spicy, little sticky.
The weenus. Oh.
The chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
My weenus is in my deviated septum. How did that happen? Doc, can you get it out?
Oh, that's good stuff. So we're not feeling them.
No, I just, and again, I love Wild
That
Wing
makes me
Cafe.
sad. That makes me sad. That's my
Come
spot,
on,
man.
man.
That's my spot.
I love the Wild Wing Cafe. It's upsetting to me. Everything's upset me this week. This has just been a week of just like this.
This has been going on
7
for
days.
weeks. No, there's been a lot of bad. I don't. There's like something in the universe is messed up.
Yeah,
Something in the universe is messed up.
I can tell you 2 things that are messed up, but they're in the District of Columbia, in a big white house.
Right.
Oh, I can't even watch stuff anymore.
We're gonna get some bad comments on that.
That's fine.
Actually, it's more like,
So, I had an experience.
did you get that?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't say anything.
Yeah. If you're watching, folks, and you get it, that's okay. That's okay. You can bring that in. That's not a problem. As long as it's in a dark bag, so no one knows what it is. Could be chicken nuggets. Could be cocaine. One or the other. Doesn't smell like chicken. And speaking of smells,
And they let you buy more than $100.
yeah, right, right. Robin Williams said that they call it freebasing cocaine. He said it cost a house. They should call it home basing. And he would know.
Oh,
Speaking of smells, though, I had an experience.
down.
And it made me start thinking. You know, the time that I hate thinking the most is when
You're on the John.
no, when I'm at a urinal. Like, why am I thinking? Like, I just do this and get this over with. Because it happens to me a lot that I am in a situation where I'm at a urinal. I've had so many situations where someone's in a stall close to where the urinal is, and they're making some noises. Who does number 2 work for? Every once in a while, it's a lot of grunt.
Get that sucker. Get it. You showed who's boss.
Yeah, and I mean, every once in a while, they're gripping the side and then a plop. But so something occurred to me.
Oh.
And I thought I was going to throw up, and I'm not kidding. So I was in a restroom, and I don't want to say where. But I was in a restroom, and I was at a urinal. Someone was in a stall that was close to me, not beside of me, but close. I wasn't in the stall with them.
That's good. that would
spread
be,
your legs a little more. I can aim.
That'd be very George Michael-esque of you.
Him and Andrew Ridgely.
It'd be a little
Wham! Is Andrew Ridgely still alive? I don't know.
I honestly don't know. Went from wham to whap.
He had a good song called "Shake You" or "Shake Me, Shake You." It was actually really good that he wrote after he left Wham.
Shake you, shake me, shake it together naturally.
Yeah,
We're gonna get copyright infringement
yeah.
on that. It's coming.
It's the end of the show.
Coming.
Ass hat's coming. So I'm in the bathroom.
This is.
It's just effing disgusting, is what it is. So I'm taking a whiz.
Yes.
Dude's knocking out some deuces. Not just one deuce. Sounds like several.
Now, pause real fast.
Okay.
Are we courtesy flushing?
No, he's not courtesy.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
No courtesy flush. I mean, it's just plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Good God, that smells.
Grabbing the rim.
And so while I'm sitting there,
That means he likes the smell.
he
likes the smell of his own feces.
well, speaking of the smell,
Ooh,
this is disgusting.
Smell. Did he go, ooh?
Okay, right? So, I get a whiff of this, and immediately, in my brain, subconsciously, right? Like, I'm not trying to think of this. My brain
You said, where did he get those flaming Parmesan wings?
You're close. My brain said, oh, he must have done tacos last night.
Oh,
no joke.
No.
And I'm like, that is the nastiest. Dude's dropping a loaf. And I'm thinking, oh, that's tacos. And then I'm like, why? What's wrong with me? And then I'm like,
It's Ortega seasoning. He should have gone with Old El Paso or made his own.
It's what it smelled like homemade tacos. Do you know when the next time I'll be able to eat homemade tacos is going to be? Never.
If I'd have just known that, I would have had the "It's Raining Tacos" song.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Have you heard that song?
Yes, of course.
It's
I have
raining
children.
tacos.
So
Lettuce and shells. cheese and meat.
Has it ever happened to you?
He's deucing tacos.
Has it ever happened to you, though? Have you ever, like, smelled something and thought,
No.
that's
Absolutely not.
That's stuffed crust pizza from Pizza
Absolutely
Hut
not.
right there.
No, it's more like, you have C. diff in the hospital. It's like, you're sick. That smells like Clostridium difficile. You are sick. Yes. Put that in the poop chute. They have to put people in.
When is the smell too bad and there's a problem? Like, how do you, as a doctor, how do you know?
When
If I came to your office and I shit in a bucket, which I do sometimes, you haven't
Yes,
found the bucket yet.
that's
It's the
right.
same bucket every time.
That's right.
The day you find it, let me know, because it'll be pretty bad. It's getting pretty full. I hope you look for it.
If I am getting a super contact high, it's too much.
So, like, is it ammonia or some kind of extraterrestrial?
I would call it an overstimulation of the nervous system by nastiness. Basically, I'm about to vagal out.
what 8
because
years
it's
of college got you,
because
folks.
It's so bad.
But I mean, like,
that
what-
I'm about to. I mean, number one, it doesn't
now I'm
smell
worried.
good. It doesn't smell good. Period.
Right.
Okay.
I'm worried that, like, I've got something wrong with me.
And no, the fact you could identify tacos is very interesting. Obviously, your nasal passageways are not corrupted by anything.
They are now.
But they are now.
Blocked by beef.
So part of it too is because I have had patients crap in the bed. One guy, God love his soul. His name was Bobby.
At your
I won't
office?
say, yes, crapped on the bed.
At your office?
Yes, bless him. People have incontinence, man. He took a big old dirty crap in the room, and I come through the door, and it, and I mean, there's no hiding it. And he looks at me, and he just went.
Sorry, doctor. I've shit your bed.
Well, he wasn't. He had a decent stroke and had some health problems. I mean, he didn't talk a bunch. See, did you just shit on yourself?
I did.
What just happened?
Right now.
So,
I'm picturing this in my mind.
and that was okay because he had it contained in his pants. It was just a little wet, so we had to clean him up. We got him some fresh draws. We have like they have the pants, the pull-on pants, there at the office.
You got them there? Mm-hmm. You've never given me
not the diaper, but the just like the plastic pants. So it's not. It's just like the X-ray type pants. You can put those on.
You've never given me.
Well, you've never crapped on yourself, really.
Wait till next time.
Yeah, you can do it in room 5, which is where the plug-in bothers you. You can set it right beside the plug-in.
That room deserves it. I'm gonna shit all over that room. I'm gonna hold it for a month and let it out. Doc's gonna be like, "Hey, you warned us."
It can get a little. It's a texture thing. It's what it looks like. I mean, it can get pretty intense.
Yeah.
I mean, infectious stuff does not smell good.
Yeah.
But there is worse stuff. I mean, and if there's like giblets of, whatever they've eaten in there, and so you just know it's like bell pepper and semen and rice-a-roni.
That's my diet.
You know that they've had a party. And you're just like, it can get
says party like corn and seed.
So it can get, infectious stuff, actually, if they're bleeding, GI bleed stuff does not really smell good either.
Well, blood in the stool's bad, right?
Yeah.
Bad stuff's happening.
Typically.
Shit's happening.
That's right. No pun intended.
Walk on.
Yeah. So, bloody, nasty. Yeah. But it's, and if
So I shouldn't be nervous about my shit?
And if it's super hot, like if the room is hot, it's just marinating away, baby.
So I don't have anything to worry about. You don't
Nah,
think?
you're all right.
Okay.
You're okay.
So
No, you've got an interesting olfactory nerve. So there you go. So you thought I had tacos. It was raining tacos.
It smelled like tacos.
Lettuce
It
and
didn't
shells,
sound like tacos.
cheese and meat. It's crisp. What if it had been like crunching the taco shell when it coming out of there? You really would have been freaked out. I was like, what is going on?
What I've always wanted to do.
What is Uranus doing?
I always wanted to be in a stall.
It's hanging out with Pluto.
And like wait for somebody to like get to a urinal or somewhere else in there. And I always just wanted to like be super quiet, right? Super quiet. And all of a sudden go, I wonder if I can just eat that corn again. And I just, like, I can't build up enough courage to do it because it's something that I would
What would
totally
happen
do.
is they probably would hang around until you tried to come out, and then this because they want to know who it is.
Yeah. There comes
They'd be
the
like,
corny.
who's eating the corny? Who's wanting some giblets?
But yeah, that was the
Like, did you
bathroom
eat a
experience.
bird? What is that? No, it was a bowl of tiger penis soup.
I should have just
virile.
knocked on the stall and said Old El Paso.
Right.
And he would have said yes.
Why, yes. How did you know?
As a matter of fact, that's the case.
How did you know?
Yeah, it was gross, but like again, it's the first thing I'm like, oh, tacos. And then I thought, and then again, I'm not kidding when I say I almost threw
Lettuce
up.
and shells, cheese and meat,
I don't do the
weird
lettuce.
deuce and tacos. That'll be copyright infringed too.
I don't do the lettuce, of course, because
Right, because it's a vegetable.
I don't eat that.
We don't do that.
I take the vitamins like you tell me
Yeah,
to.
that's it. That's right. We're trying.
I'm trying. I drink a lot of water.
That's good. That's good. As long as you're pooping regular, take your vitamins. The training and the prayers and the vitamins.
Pooping
and
right now.
What you gonna do when the constipation blows up on you?
When the steroids and the constipation.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's it.
That guy was sweating steroids.
Yes. Well, they all were.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
wasn't alone.
That's true.
Woo! Anyway,
Should we transition to sports?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
talk about it hitting the fan, hitting the pot. I just got one thing to say.
Yeah.
At the request of Thutton, SEC, SEC, SEC.
Yeah,
You know your team wants to join. You know they do. Here's why I respect it and I want it to happen because that son of a at Florida State, the president and the AD and whoever the heck else they interviewed, they said, hell yes, it's about the money. And that idiot out there on the West Coast of Washington goes, oh, it's not about the money.
Yes, it is.
You are full of bull crap.
Yes.
So come on over with it because you said it. They said it's 100% about the money. I said, well, y'all are honest. Come on. That's it.
So the way
But it ain't going to happen.
The way the ratings work out,
It's not going to happen.
what's not going to happen?
FSU's not going to end up in the SEC, and it makes me sad.
I-
Something funky. I'm telling you, this is going to ruin it for me.
So-
Something's going to happen.
So it's funny. So like, if you look at the ACC and the way they split revenue is ridiculous to begin with,
Right. That is.
And Florida State. I don't really know how to describe this. Florida State is the most popular team in the conference, and I'm super sorry to all you other people out there. It's just statistics, right? Florida State. If you notice, if Clemson's not in a national championship hunt, and last year when Clemson started slipping a little bit, you didn't
Yeah.
see them on TV.
Right.
Florida State's on TV every week. Even when they're terrible, they're on TV.
That's
you may
true.
have to go to ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Right.
But they're somewhere.
Right. They're actually on somewhere.
Yeah. Like I've never had a problem finding a Florida State game.
Right.
Right. And they get prime.
that's fair.
They get the primetime games and everything because, again, they are the most popular team out of that
Right.
conference.
Because it's not just people regionally that like them.
Right.
That's the thing.
And let me say it a different way. It's not. They're not even the most popular team in the conference. That's not what I mean. What I mean is they produce more television revenue
Right.
than anyone else in the
Right.
conference.
If they are on, the fan base is watching.
I actually think it's Florida State, North Carolina, then Clemson.
Well, but that would make sense to me because Carolina for not only football, but basketball too. Sports wise, Carolina has a lot of good sports teams.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that makes sense to me above Clemson and all that. Actually, I heard Duke is actually pretty decent. And that's
are.
not kissed, but with
No,
with
it's very true.
with their sports teams, they actually do pretty darn well as just on the whole.
It's very true, and so it was interesting because the AD came out and the president came out and said, why are we not making more money than everybody else? We're bringing in more money.
Right.
Why did we not get a bigger
This doesn't
slice of the
make any-
pie?
right,
And the
this doesn't make any
ACC said, well, that's just not how it works.
And our media rights are till 2036.
And so Florida State said, okay, cool. How much does it cost to get out? It's $300 million. That's how much it cost. and they were gonna.
I did see a number lower than that, but that probably wasn't factoring something in.
But
it was still.
It was still. It's astronomical. But
It's
the last
it's
number.
It's a lot of money.
The last number I saw was $300 million,
It doesn't matter. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and
whatever,
they were gonna
whatever
break-
the heck it is, it's a lot of money.
and they were going to break that out over 10 years, right? It's $30 million a year or whatever. And so immediately after that, the SEC started reaching out.
That's right.
The Big Ten started reaching out, and that's they're going to go to one of those, right? I mean, that's where
They're
where
going to
they're
end up in the Big Ten. I'm going to be really upset because that's stupid.
So they talked to Steve Spurrier about it, of all people, and every time there's an interview with Steve Spurrier, I listen to it
because it's going to be interesting.
because I just love.
And he's going to say what he means, and he's not going to go back on it and say, "Not this is how it is."
He said, and this is for all you SEC folks out there, because I love saying stuff like this. He said, now, when Florida State came to the ACC, they had a chance at that point to go to the SEC. Bobby Bowden made a very public statement, and he was like, man, I don't want to play Tennessee and Alabama and these guys every year. He's like, I mean, in a bowl game, sure, but, but what Steve Spurrier said
He didn't want to get that ass beat.
well, what Steve Spurrier said, who had a losing record against Bobby.
I couldn't receive.
Remember? I mean, Steve Spurrier was...
There's a lot of people out there that had a losing record against Bobby.
But again,
you know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
That's mighty Florida. But what Steve Spurrier said is he said when we would go to like SEC media day in the conference and all the conferences and the kickoff of the season, he said I always said you guys got it lucky. He's like, you don't have to play Florida State every year. He's like, you don't. I mean, he said you guys you can beat up on each other and everything. He said, but you don't have to play Florida State every year. And he said we have to play those jackasses every year.
In addition to the other schedule.
Yeah.
And it's, I get that.
And he said
it's usually at the end of the season.
And he said he thinks it makes just total sense. He said he thinks that Florida State and Clemson should jump to the SEC. And
come on with it.
And he said that way. He said Florida and Miami can play, Florida State and Florida can play, and Florida State and Miami can play, and it can all be in the conference. But
I mean, it makes sense because it's still in the Southeast.
Geographically, it makes sense.
That's what I don't like about some of this other stuff with the Pac-12's dead. And I mean, and those, I mean, they don't need to be in the Big 10 and the Big 12 because that's not regionally appropriate. So that's stupid. And that's what bothers me.
Everybody's going to go watch Cal and Iowa play each other.
Right.
What?
Right. Don't bet on it.
Waka.
I think they'll end up in the Big Ten just because I got a bad feeling about it. I just got a bad feeling.
I would rather us go to the SEC.
Yes, you would because it's a better conference. Yes.
Historically speaking, I don't know that I agree with
Shush it. Yes. We're right there. It's if you look at top 10 all time in wins. Big 10 with some Big 12 and SEC. And SEC, I think, has 4 or in the top 10.
Sure.
So traditional, and especially now, I mean, the media thing, SEC definitely got that figured out first.
Oh, of course they did.
And so from a money standpoint, it's a no-brainer. But I think they'll end up in the Big 10 because something stupid will happen.
It could.
I'm telling you, and I'm going to be upset.
I am too because I don't want to see us.
Because I want to go to Florida State when we play them. We'll go together and do a host show.
That'd be great.
Yes,
that'd be great.
Yes, we'll be making $1.25
on YouTube
on Saturday by then, and we'll be like, check this out, sprinkle it. That'd be good.
But so more to come on that. But Steve Spurrier, interesting that he was all about. I agree. I agree.
Good. It makes sense. Come on with it. You and Clemson, get on over. I hate that though because that does kind of messes them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely messes my Devils up a little bit in the ACC. Now they'll get somebody else to replace them, but you won't have the same draw as you do with Florida State.
And that's the thing with the ACC; it's not going to die anytime soon. It's going to be around.
No, they can.
West Virginia will end up there,
right? That's what's going. They'll reconfigure, and it'll still be good. It just won't be.
It won't be the same.
You're right. FSU is the key on that. Clemson's big too, but
they are.
But yeah, FSU goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going.
Oh, they're going. They're
going.
and they passed the deadline to go next year. So it's going to happen soon.
Yeah. Well, they just they want the best offer at this point. I mean, if they're going to have to do this, get your best. Yeah, get the best offer. I mean, that makes sense.
So
SEC.
What do you want to end the show with? Top 25 or Skip Bayless?
Oh man, shoot.
Oh, it's tricky.
Let's do top 25.
All right, let's do top 25.
Let's do top 25.
So I'll rattle off the top.
I like this better.
I'll rattle off the top 10 real fast here, and I don't think this surprised anybody. And this is the AP top 25.
Except when they talked about Bama should be ranked lower, and I was like, this is stupid.
So 1 was Georgia, 2 Michigan, 3 Ohio State, Bama, LSU, USC, Penn State, go Noles, Clemson, and Washington were in the top 10 in the AP. Tennessee just outside of that at 12. And then Texas was at 11. I don't necessarily have a problem with those rankings. There was some talk, 4 or 5 months ago that Florida State would probably start out at number 4. I kind of felt like
the way too early polls had them in the top 5.
Yeah,
straight up.
But
and we were in the top 10.
Yeah,
we were actually in the top 10 initially too.
And what's interesting, Florida State, they start out with anyway. Georgia has a tough schedule. They start out with UT Martin first. Let you soak that in. Florida State starts out with LSU. So if Florida State at 8 wins against LSU, that's a big win for them, and they will definitely probably be in the top 5.
I feel like
week 1.
I feel like LSU is a little bit overrated.
Think so?
Yes.
I don't. I mean,
I think so.
Florida State had a chance last year to blow that game wide open, fumble the ball on LSU's 1 yard line. LSU was able to hang around and get back in the game.
I think, yeah. I mean, it'll look good for FSU. I don't know that LSU is as good as that ranking.
Or they might not be.
Of course, they said the same thing about Bama because, Bama has a whole quarterback situation, what's going on and all that. Of course, I don't like LSU, so maybe that. But I just, I don't know. I don't know.
Here's what's funny. Georgia plays UT Martin. Michigan plays East Carolina. Mm-hmm. Now, I love me some ECU. Sorry. I love me some ECU. But come on. Ohio State plays Indiana. Alabama plays Middle Tennessee. And then LSU actually plays Florida State. Like it's a top 10 matchup.
Well, but don't they usually do that most? Isn't there always like one matchup week 1, somebody's fight? Because I feel like Bama's done that. I feel like Clemson did that. I feel like other teams have done that
Florida
before.
State almost does it every year.
Sure, I get that.
They played Bama 1 year, first game of the year.
Sure. That's probably the one I'm thinking about, honestly.
Probably.
That's probably what I'm thinking.
Lost their quarterback for the season in that game.
Right.
They've done LSU now. This will be the second year in a row for LSU. But
of course, another excellent reason to do that.
Yeah.
Good money.
Oh, yeah. And it's in Miami.
And great exposure.
It's in Miami.
And here's the thing. Even if you lose that game, you lost to a premium opponent. So it doesn't necessarily hurt you all that much.
If you're going to lose in college football this year, lose early.
Right. And again, you lost, and then that validates the ranking of LSU. If they beat FSU, okay, we'll validate it. They are that good, at least in that moment. And again, that makes FSU still look good. It's like, well, they almost beat them. They hung around with them. And so you win out, don't lose any more games. Like, well, your only loss is to a top 5 team. Hello. So
I think it does your program better to play a tough team to start with. You know where you're at. Like if you get blown out, we got a lot of work to do.
Sure.
If you hold tight, you're like, okay. And if you win, okay, good. So I just think you learn more. Georgia will learn a lot from playing UT Martin.
We're playing Virginia.
Yeah.
Which they're not ranked, but I wouldn't go to sleep on that because it's not like they're awful.
I can tell you this: if it was at Virginia, that is one of the louder crowds.
That's what
I would not think so.
I remember we talked about
Carl Smith Center, man. They're jamming there in the Carl Smith Center.
That would be So it's
a fun place to go.
It Yeah, I mean, it could be a sleeper game. I mean, if we don't show up to play. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Appalachia State.
but it's right. I mean, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So, but that's a little bit better.
I was a little surprised.
Georgia's
Tennessee,
schedule's pretty favorable
Oh,
for the whole year.
yeah. They're going to
Really
be
and
in the
truly.
playoff. Unless they just have a collapse, they're going to be in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's 8 teams this year, and Florida State came in ranked 8th. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Right. Start them on the edge.
Right on the edge.
Right on the edge. And we got to win, right? I mean, we got to beat Florida. We got to beat, Miami. We got to beat Clemson. Wake Forest has beat us 3 years in a row.
Which is bizarre.
It really is. And so, like, we have to win those games. But I'm excited because we get a Sunday night game against the Tigers. I think I could be an LSU fan if I wasn't a Florida State fan. I do. I think I could be. There's teams that I couldn't be a fan of forever, for forever and ever, no matter what. Ohio State's one. Mm-hmm. I could be a Michigan fan though. No,
I'm seasonal on that one.
not even Jimmy Harbaugh.
No,
I love me some Jimmy Harbaugh, who's going to be watching from home.
not this year.
No, not this year.
They're not going to get him this year.
He offered 4 games.
I know,
and they rejected.
and they rejected it.
It's like, God, whatever.
It just makes you wonder what. I mean, what all did he do? Because I mean, if you would have thought 4 games would have been enough. I mean, especially when they had all those restrictions during the COVID year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like. So my question is in a regular year, what he did wasn't inappropriate?
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid. I mean, he shouldn't have done it because that's the rule. But I'm like, so you're not gonna let him have a third of the season as punishment in a year that was screwed up anyway.
In a season where Michigan's starting out at number 2.
Right.
And has a real chance to finish there.
Right.
That's
messed up.
And again, I know you can't not punish somebody because your school's ranked high, but
They just want to. I don't know. Who knows?
Jim Harbaugh is an asshole. I mean, he is a 100% asshole.
I mean, I think he's just going to be himself. And
He is.
and he's not going to alter who he is.
I still remember when he was the coach of the 49ers, somebody's driving down the street and they're like, oh, God, that's Jim Harbaugh. And it was Jim Harbaugh taking his trash out. And they're like, I can't believe you're taking your trash out. And Harbaugh's like, why wouldn't I?
Why would I not take my trash?
It's like, I just figured you had somebody for that. Like, no. I mean, Harbaugh probably lives in a trailer. I mean, I just think he does it the roughest possible way, right? Like he uses sandpaper in the bathroom.
Or at least he makes it look that way.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't take the shortcut to work. He actually finds the worst possible route with the most traffic just so he can be pissed off when
That's
he gets
right.
to campus.
Most cuss words, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
He's
aging fast, though.
He is. It'll do that to you, man.
The stress is it's like being president anyway.
Yeah. That'll make you lose your mind.
Yeah. I think it shapes up pretty favorable for Georgia.
Yeah.
I think Michigan, everybody stays healthy. Michigan's going to be really good. I just wish Ohio State would just.
Georgia has UT Martin.
Can't stand them.
Ball State. South Carolina.
Followed by ASCAP.
South Carolina, UAB. All right, so they're 4-0.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
then it's Auburn, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. Again, they're going to be 7-0.
Wow.
I play Florida, Missouri, Ole Miss, and then Tennessee and Georgia Tech.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, people,
That's crazy.
And it's not like the NFL, right? You can't say, well, they didn't make their own schedule. I mean, they kind of did. Some of these non-conference ones, you can do whatever you want with.
Right.
So,
right. And I mean, in those schools, I mean, they're wanting a big payday.
yeah.
So let's go ahead and get all up in and get whooped.
Florida State's got LSU, Southern Miss, Boston College, Clemson, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Duke, Wake Forest, Pitt, Miami, North Alabama, and then Florida. Not an easy run.
North Alabama.
And speaking of Bama, let's see who Bama's got. Let's look at that. MTSU. Good God. MTSU. And Saban will be screaming. You know what I love about Nick Saban? They showed a video of him I forget who they were playing. They had scored 60 points in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's fired up.
and he has to take a timeout because they're in the wrong coverage, and he is losing his mind. And I'm like, that's my guy.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my, because it's serious.
Oh, every bit of it.
And he jokes all the time. He's like, we're going to get everybody's best game. He says, you guys just want to say, okay, after you win this one, he's like, but we still have to go out and play it.
Right.
Like
Right.
that is getting lost in football.
Agreed.
And I love that kind of
agree.
coach. But they have MTSU. Then they play Texas, big game.
Yep.
South Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, A&M,
I mean, this.
Arkansas, Tennessee, LSU, Kentucky, Chattanooga, and Auburn.
So, I mean, that's fair. I mean, you're playing, I mean, preseason. That's, I mean, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 ranked opponents, and you've got now you've got us at home, you got LSU at home. You got to go to A&M.
Yeah.
That'll be rough. And then you got old the Lane train coming to your house. and then of course, then you got to play Auburn. And it doesn't matter what they're ranked,
Nope.
basically.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't matter what the ranking is. I mean, that's a pretty decent schedule.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent schedule. Could definitely, I mean, again, like I said, Georgia's is like super favorable. Super favorable. Yeah. Ours is not. I mean, we could have some slip up. That UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah.
You know, what were they, like 11-2 last year or something?
Something like that.
I mean, they were good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't sleep on that game. Sorry, my ears itching. Of course, South Carolina, because we hate South Carolina. I mean that playing Georgia at the end of the year might actually be really bad for us.
yeah.
That could be really, really bad. At least it's at home. But it's so crazy. You know, we used to always finish. It was Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And it was Missouri, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. Now, Kentucky is earlier in the year. We were closing with Vandy because that's what we usually do. But now we got Georgia late in the year. That's interesting.
Do you think the SEC would like to send Missouri back and take Florida State instead?
Yes, in a heartbeat. And Drinkowitz. Oh my goodness, that guy. Let me tell you something. He's like a used car salesman. Hidden dadgum Shane Beamer. Both of them. Send them back. Send me back, Krang. Send me back from Dimension X to Earth.
So we've got about 8 days before the college football
Coming
season
soon.
starts.
I know, man. Isn't that crazy?
So we got to do our predictions.
Where did the time go?
We got to do our predictions before the season.
Okay.
We'll, of course,
What are we predicting?
we are predicting the national champion.
Oh, okay. All right.
8 teams in the playoff.
Are we picking all 8? I wasn't prepared for this.
No, not all 8. We'll just
Okay.
pick the champion.
Okay.
The champion.
All right.
Oh, it's tricky.
I mean, all right.
Is it going to be Notre Dame? Is that who you're picking?
No, man, kiss my butt. There's not. I wouldn't pick them. Listen. If it was Devil or them, I would obviously pick them. But no, I'm not picking them.
What if Lou Holtz came back to coach them?
No, I hate Lou Holtz.
You don't like Lou Holtz?
No. I shouldn't. I take that back, Lou. You know what, man? You're actually not that bad of a guy. And
Lou was a good coach.
You and Mark May actually had some good chemistry.
Even though Mark May got spit on every episode.
And well, he can't help it.
I know.
I take that back. But no, I still wouldn't root for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
All right. I think straight up.
Can't pick with your heart here.
Straight up, I know.
I mean, you can't. Well, I mean, you can. You can just pick.
Kickstart my heart. Pick your number one. We're still kicking ass. Man. All right. I'm gonna go with what I really think.
Yeah.
This is what I really, really think.
All right.
In a surprise
Yeah.
surprise
Surprise.
of all surprise.
Gomer Pyle.
Surprise. I think that the national champion
Yeah.
is going to be.
Yeah.
Do you need a drum roll?
Yeah. You know, that's the one sound effect I don't have. I'm waiting for this. Who can it be?
It's going to be Clemson.
Yeah? Clemson. You think they come out on top?
Clemson surprises everybody and comes
Wow.
out on top. That's why I'm picking them, because it's going to be a total shock, because everybody's all down on Dabo. They just want to tear it all down. Clemson is a shock, comes back, because, they had their, it's over. It's over for them.
Yeah.
They said that about Alabama, and then they went and whooped whoever it was, and the next year they won the title again.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So Clemson, because everybody's just talking them down. They're like, they've been supplanted by Florida State. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Clemson.
Wow.
I'm just feeling it.
How about that?
That might have been with a little bit with my heart, because my dad got his one of his degrees from there. But I'm telling you, I really think.
I mean, I can't be friends with you anymore.
The sympathy, I would have picked Florida State,
Yeah.
but then you said, "Well, don't go with your don't do it," because just out of our friendship and all that, I would have picked Florida
You
State.
would have not have picked Florida State.
I think it's
Don't
legitimate.
believe him, folks.
I think it's legitimate. Florida State will be in the playoff, though. I think
There's a good chance.
I think their only loss comes to Clemson, and that's like early in the season. That's like game 4 for y'all,
Yeah,
or something.
game 4.
I think Clemson gets them early, and then in the title game they can't play each other again, can they?
Oh, yeah, they could play.
The divisions, or do they take the top 2? SEC has like
for the ACC
for the
championship?
ACC ACC.
Yeah, they take the top 2 now.
So it's not they don't have it divided anymore. One conference.
Nope.
Okay, so they could play again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they could play
Well,
twice.
now that complicates that. I think I'd forgotten that, because I was thinking they ain't gonna beat them.
They
twice.
likely will play each other twice.
Yeah,
That's my guess.
That's what. Yeah, that makes.
And maybe a third time.
See, that makes it tricky.
They could play 3 times, actually.
Yeah. So they could both. Yeah, but they just don't give them a lot of love. ACC doesn't get a lot of love.
Nope.
That's the problem.
Whoever comes out of that
ACC
is probably going.
Yeah. I mean, now with 8, you could still.
Yeah, you could.
I'm still going Clemson.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I picked Tennessee because I pick Tennessee every year, whether we suck or not.
Right.
but yeah, I'm going Clemson.
Okay. It's a good pick.
Clemson shocks the world,
Shocks the world.
and everybody has to kiss Dabo's ass, and I will actually kind of like it.
You ready for mine?
I'm ready.
And this isn't going out on a limb. I don't think anyone's going to say, "What? That's you picked Troy?" No.
Texas A&M.
About 6 weeks ago, that jackass Paul Feinbaum screwed it up for everybody talking about Saban's legacy. I don't think they have a close game. I don't. I think they win every game by 20 or more. They kick everybody's ass. Saban is likely going to retire at the end of the year with a national
He
championship.
just bought a beautiful home in Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah, I think he
for
gets
$18 million.
I think he gets his last national championship, and I don't think it's close. I don't think they'll have a close game. I think they will kick the shit out of everybody.
You don't think their quarterback? I mean, it's because it's kind of.
It is. But when in doubt, and when you play for Alabama, if Saban says we're going to run the ball 90 times,
Well, that's true too.
they're going to just run the ball down your throat.
Well, and I mean, and again, they're right there again every year. It's every year.
They end up ranked 4th. They're probably not happy about that. I only hope if Florida State makes it to the national championship, we do not have to play Alabama, because I'm just telling you, my heart's going to be in it, but my brain's going to be saying, you're getting ready to get your ass kicked. Sorry,
mean,
Mr. Norvell.
Coach, they're killing me. I'm running for my life out there. I mean, it is Bama. It's hard not to. It's hard to go against it.
I mean, Lane Kiffin even said it. It's the first thing he said when he sat down at the media day. He said, "Thank you, Paul Feinbaum, for pissing Nick Saban off."
Right. Let's make him mad.
We saw what happened last time.
Right. He was already aggravated about all this NIL stuff.
Now he's just pissed.
Threw down the gauntlet. Here comes Bama.
I just
Because they don't have any money at Alabama.
I mean, they are. Yeah, right. I think it's a season where they win every game by 20 or more, and they just roll it. I just think they roll through it. Wow. That's what I think. Wow. I just think that I think that it's, and again, I think so much of it's coaching, and Saban is such a good coach, and they're just loaded. I mean, they are. Georgia is loaded as well, but they're going to get a false sense of security with a.
That's the one thing
schedule.
you wonder about is what's going to happen because they've lost a lot of that hunger.
Yeah,
They had it was to prove everything the first time, and then they had the chip on their shoulder the second time around because basically everybody was like, that might have just been kind of a fluke.
Yeah,
but you had incredible athletes, and then this year everything's so favorable, you just wonder.
Well, I went into the season before the top 25 came out and everything months ago, and I said, I think Georgia's going to win a third. I think they're going to be the first team to, well, not the first team.
Until they made
First team in a long time.
Until they made Alabama mad.
Until Paul Feinbaum opened his stupid mouth.
And maybe he did it on purpose. Because, one of the big basis of his show originally was Alabama and Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, because they did the 30 for 30, Roll Tide War Eagle. And that was one of the things that those who listen to the Paul Feinbaum show and those who say that they don't, and that was one of the things. And that's part of how he got famous.
Yeah, it
was
was.
because that 30 for 30. And it's true. I mean, and you listen to those people losing their minds on each other over Bama and Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. So, I could totally see that.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I don't know, but the good news is we get to sit back and enjoy it and watch it.
I mean, it's gonna be fun. There'll be the upset, the unexpected. That's how it happens every year.
Yeah, of course.
And go Vols. We're making the playoff. That's my real dark horse. I actually think we're making the playoff. And I hate saying that because that football gods might punish me. I'm telling you that's my other thing is that Tennessee, go Vols, we make it in there.
Yeah. So you're
like
picking,
some WWE music.
I'm coming out. I'm coming out and
the training and the prayers and the vitamins, also known as D-ball, steroids.
So Clemson and Bama. See who we're picking.
Clemson and Bama.
Start
Got
the
it
season.
rolling now.
Halfway through the season, we're going to be dead wrong, right?
No.
There'll be a collapse.
No. It's pretty. Hey, I'm telling you, both of them kind of written off in different ways. I think it's legitimate. Somebody's getting there.
Maybe Bama plays Clemson and beats each other up. Florida State plays an injured one of those teams in the championship.
Could be. You never know.
Go Noles.
Go Vols.
It'll be fun.
SEC.
Folks,
SEC.
All things Dave and Doc on our website at DaveDoc057. That's Dave A&D Doc DOC.com.
Thank you,
Video,
Germany.
audio,
Thank you,
all
Canada.
up there.
Hawaii. Everybody
All you folks.
listening, even whoever criticized us, thanks for listening some.
5,800 subscribers, folks.
It's awesome. Thank you.
We're dominating
We're
worldwide.
having fun.
Right.
Talking about nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No copyright infringement there.
Nope. See you, folks.
See y'all. Bye.